Hey, what's going on everyone? BoHD here, and in front of me is the recently announced and recently released BLU Studio 7.0 LTE, a very large smartphone, not a tablet. I want to make that very clear. BLU wants to make that very clear. It's a 7-inch smartphone that features LTE and a fairly compact design that allows you to actually hold the device in one hand. We'll see about that. But some of the specs include a 7-inch 720p HD display, a Snapdragon 410 quad-core processor with 1GB of RAM, 8-megapixel rear and a 2-megapixel front-facing camera sensor, microSD card slot for expandable storage, 4G LTE, and, of course, Android 5.1.1 Lollipop. So all we need to do to get inside this box is simply lift off the top cover, and voila, we will find the Studio 7.0 LTE sitting right on top. Well, there's actually a screen protector on top of that, which I'll put off to the side for now, along with the Studio 7.0. Underneath, we do have some accessories though. There's a US wall wart, first and foremost, a micro USB charging cable, a SIM card ejector tool, a get started setup guide, and then a SIM card installation guide. That's it. We don't have a case included this time around like we usually see included with BLU devices. It could be because this device is a behemoth. Taking a look back at the Studio 7.0 LTE and removing all of the plastic, this device is a bit chunky, but it is narrow, so yes, I can hold it with one hand while using my other hand to navigate the device. In my opinion, the back of the device is pretty hideous looking, but the front is actually very sleek. There's a very nice balance between the top and the bottom speakers, and it's 100% jet black, which I really like. On the left-hand side of the device, we have a microSD card slot for expandable storage. On the right-hand side, we have a slot for 2 micro SIM cards. Up top, there's a 3.5mm headphone jack and a micro USB charging port as well. On the front of the device, we have a 2-megapixel front-facing camera sensor, as well as 2 speakers. The top is a call speaker, and the bottom is just a main speaker. It's kind of a bummer they aren't dual stereo speakers, but hey, it could always be worse, right? On the back of the device, we have an 8-megapixel rear-facing camera sensor and a flash. Once again, I'm not really digging the back cover. It features a Band-Aid-like plastic back, which doesn't offer a lot of texture or grip. The display is a 720p HD LCD panel. For a budget device, it doesn't look terrible. However, it's clearly not a very pixel-dense display. It features a 209 pixel per inch index. The colors are also a little bit faded as well, but just the sheer size of the display will make it a fantastic device for consuming a lot of media. The Studio 7.0 LTE features a quad-core Snapdragon 410 processor with 1GB of RAM. You can't really expect this device to be fast. I mean, in my limited testing, I haven't noticed any major stuttering or lag. It's just not a terribly fast device overall, especially compared to flagship smartphones or tablets. So opening and closing applications will hang a bit before content is fully loaded. Now here are some sample photos captured from the BLU Studio 7.0 LTE. They aren't horrible, actually. I think they are pretty decent. The detail is lacking, but the exposure is quite good given the price of this device. I have not been able to test the battery life of this device, but it does feature a 3700 mAh battery, which I think should be plenty to make it last a full day on a single charge. Overall, the BLU Studio 7.0 LTE is a very, very big smartphone. It barely fits in my pocket. It requires 2 hands to operate. Some people might like that, others might like the fact that it costs only $199 off contract. Whatever it may be, I really hope this mini review helps you form a solid opinion of the device. If you have any questions, let me know in a comment down below. And if you want to purchase the BLU Studio 7.0 LTE, I will also leave a link to the Amazon listing in the description for your convenience. With that said, as always, I'm BoHD from PhoneDog.com. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks again for watching, and I will see you right back here in the next one. See ya.